Today, you really have to get in there and do the work. You've got to put the mud boots on and you have to be ready to just get in, do the work and say like, I'm not going to ignore this dark little corner anymore, hide in all of these emotional feelings, these stagnant feelings. I'm not going to allow this like stagnation to continue. I'm going to put my work boots on. I'm going to put my work gloves on and I'm going to get in there and I'm going to clean it up, because today you cannot even ignore it, unfortunately, because we have Mars and Mercury are both opposing Jupiter and the moon. And so there is this situation where it's like, in order to really have that abundance, those opportunities, we really need to acknowledge that these things need to get cleaned up. Once we clean up all of these things, these emotional things that are just sort of stagnant, this misuse of power that's just been happening, once we clean up these things, we're going to be able to move forward and create new traditions, new standards. We're going to be able to grow and evolve and actually take up those opportunities that have been presented to us, but we have not been able to see them because of these sort of like dark, trenchy areas. And so today, just be very nice to yourself, be kind to others, but really it is about speaking your truth and allowing yourself to know that there's deep feelings that are coming up right now, and things are happening because they're forcing you to look at the misuse of power, how you're coming together with other people in power. So it's saying like, what are you adding your energy to? What are you making grow? And as well, what sort of feelings are just stagnant in your life that you really just need to start working on? Because again, today is not going to be that fullness of like stability and abundance as much as we would want it to be. There's this sense of like, that's happening, that's growing, that is something that is happening. Things are getting better, but in order to get optimally better, you really, really have to acknowledge all of this sort of dark, hidden stuff that's just been lingering in the corner, lingering in the closet. It's like now you cannot ignore it. You have to acknowledge it. And so, we also have this sextile to Saturn today between the moon and Saturn, and we also have the moon in a parallel to Saturn. So there is this sort of Saturnian energy as well adding into this that's saying like, if you really want that unity that you desire, you have to work through this blockage. And this blockage that's keeping you from actually fully uniting with yourself, fully uniting with other people, has to do with this dark little corner that you've been ignoring. And so you cannot ignore this dark little corner anymore. You need to clean up those feelings. You need to clean up that misuse of power and really be 100% conscious of what are you adding to, what are you making grow in your own life as well as in the world at large. And so today, like I said, be gentle with yourself. Usually when we think of a full moon, we think of the abundance of an area of our life. It's the climax of a situation, but it is the eclipse energy. So there's like, it's happening, but it's also kind of eclipsed by this energy that's sort of like, you need to work on this in order to have this fully. So just be aware of that today. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and just know that this is a day of working through things. So put your mud boots on and your work gloves on and get to work.